Hello there and welcome back to the channel and another episode of the So You Picked series where we look into your basic toolkit at level 15. Then we jump out in the field for some solo combat, and lastly we jump into a controlled group combat environment to hopefully teach you a little bit more about your role and how it handles in a group situation. Now today we're going to be having a look at the Pugilist class, which enjoys punching stuff. Get kicks later on when it becomes monk, but to start off with, you will be punching stuff. The Pugilist uses horror weapons, which are knuckle duster style. There are loads of different types though. There are some which have blades on, some which are like fists, some which look like lunchboxes, and you can even get a set which look like a pair of kettles. Check out later with those ones. Yes, and it is as fun as it looks. There's nothing funnier than punching someone in the face with a pair of kettles. But, moving on. Now, Pugilist is a little bit more involved than some of the other melee jobs, as they have a lot of things called positionals, which means your weapon skills will do more damage if you're standing in the right position in relation to the enemy. Most often it's flank or rear, i.e. his backside or his side. We're going to be going more into that in the actual combat situation. I'll go more into that at that point. Right, Rin, you ready to start? Right, first things first, we're going to jump into the skills. We'll do your skill rundown, your toolkit rundown, then I'll go punch some stuff. Gonna jump into the actions and traits. We are just gonna blast through these real quick. At level 1, you will get boot shine, or you will have boot shine. As your basic attack, will combo into other attacks. It will deal critical damage if you hit the enemy in the butt, right up the jacksie, right in the backside, and that will change your form to Raptor, which will pop. That will proc True Strike. There's another physical attack, and that damage will increase when you hit it from the rear. And True Strike will then proc Snap Punch, which is an attack potency of 270, and it increases to 300 when you hit the enemy in the side with it, with the flank, which is the side. And then last but not least, at level 15, you will have a buff skill, which will reduce your damage taken by 10%. It is a defensive buff. You get two other ones. You will get Fist of Fire and Fist of Wind later on. They do different things. They both do different things. You can only use one of them at a time. And that is quite handy to have early on in lower level dungeons and in solo, because it obviously reduces the amount of damage that you take. And again, roll skills for melee DPS. Similar to ranged DPS, you will get Second Wind. Works the same way as the Archer one. Will restore your own health every 200 seconds, every 2 minutes. Next, at level 10, you will get Leg Sweep. That is a stun, and it's on a 40-second cooldown, and the stun will last 3 seconds. Same kind of deal as the tank. Stuns do have diminishing returns, and as a general rule in dungeons, you will not use Leg Sweep. You will not stun a target because that's the responsibility of the tank for the most part. And at level 12, you will get a ability called Bloodbath, which is a half decent little mini self-heal. Once that is activated, it will last for 20 seconds, and it converts a portion of any physical damage you do to an enemy. You'll get some of that damage back as health points. It's quite good to keep yourself topped up on health wise. And that's it for the monk skills. So Again, we're going to head out into the field and we'll fight an enemy. So, this is a good time to talk about Monk's positionals a bit more. When you target an enemy, you will see underneath them a yellow circle or a circle. It will change colour depending on basically when you are attacking and stuff. So the arrow on the front marks the enemy's head, the way the enemy's facing, the front of the enemy, I should say. The circle, there are two different types of circles depending on a couple of things. Most enemies will be like this, will look like this one. This means if you hit them on this side, one of the sides, anywhere on this yellow line, that is classed as the flank, and this gap at the back is classed as the rear. Now this open back circle symbolizes that positionals need to be adhered to for more damage. If it is a solid circle around the enemy, it means that you can attack from any side. All the positions are done automatically, so you can just stand your ground and hit it, because not all enemies are mobile. So with Monk, it is really hard to do your positionals because the enemy is trying to kill you and you always want to face you. So what I tend to do is you just start attacking. So it'll be rear, and you just hit him as normal. And when he does an AoE, then you can... when he does an AoE, then you can move around and get a positional in as best you can. Otherwise, you'll be running around in circles and you end up making yourself dizzy. That is the basic strategy for Monk. Kind of want to keep your distance, dodge all the AoEs. Pop Bloodbath when you can, because you will take a lot more damage because you are melee. You can't keep a range, you can't keep any distance on him. And just remember your positionals and you should be grand. And when you have a tank in your party or in your group and they've got the tension, your positionals are a lot easier to do because the enemy is more stable, more stationary. And as usual, similar to the other DPS, just let the tank keep his attention, and in this particular case do your positionals and just beat down the enemy nice and quick. Now one more quick little tip for Monk. Wait until he dodges that AoE. Really snot ball. This side right here is obviously his flank, and this gap is obviously his, like I said before, the side is his flank, and obviously rear. If you position yourself right on the line, right on the edge, of course he wants to do that right now. If you stand yourself right here, you can take one step to the right and get the rear bonus, and then two steps to the left and get the flank. It means you don't have to move that far. You don't have to do like huge motions. If you stand right here, you can left, get your side, into the gap, get his rear. Right guys, so that has been our look into the Pugilist class. Hope I've explained it reasonably well, or well enough. Please do let us know if you need more clarification. I think next time we are going to be looking at Arcanist, which is a little bit more involved job, a little bit more complicated than some of them. Not too bad though. So Rin, you better be hitting your books. Good. Right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you want to know more, hit us in the comment section. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Feel free to stick around, we'll have lots of other stuff going on at the minute. If you're not new here and you've been watching everything so far, welcome back and thank you very much for the support. And you all know what's coming. Everyone knows what's coming by now. Please like, share, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.